Hey, good morning, YouTubers. Figured I'd do a monthly update. It's been a month since I got on the road. A couple of days ago, it was a month. So figured it was time for me to tune back in and let you all know how it's been going, the ups and downs of van life. I'm going to start with yesterday's ride real quick because I know some of the pictures and videos on Instagram that I posted were getting a lot of alarming comments. So yeah, it was a 50-mile mountain bike ride. So basically I'm in Prescott, Arizona right now. There's a race here on the weekend called the Whiskey 50, which is renowned as being like a super tough mountain bike race, and people come from all over the world, all the top pros. There's a huge pro purse for the pros to win. So they have three different levels. They have a 15-mile, a 30-mile, and a 50-mile. I knew I wasn't going to do the race. I kind of don't really have any aspirations to race anymore, or at least at this point. So I started out, I think the first day I got here a couple of weeks ago, I did the 15. That was cute. So then I did the 30 three times, I think, over the last couple of weeks, along with other rides that I've gone and done. So then I figured I should probably do the 50 just so I know what everyone is experiencing when they come across the finish line. So I'm going to be here to watch the race. It's a huge mountain bike festival. The whole town shuts down for it. So, and it was fucking brutal. It was hard. So I'm super glad I did it. I ran out of water. I had 3 bottles of water with me. I ran out at about 15 miles in, so I had another 35 to go. So that's when I started scooping water out of the streams. Wasn't sure how that was going to go, but so far no problems. So that was good. But the climbing was insane. Like, it literally just went on and on all day. I crashed on a steep, rocky, rain-rutted downhill with about 20 miles to go. Kind of slammed my head into the rocks, and that didn't feel great, but it was okay. But it just kind of fatigued me for the rest of the ride. So amazingly, my legs didn't get tired at all on the whole ride, but mentally, and I think the rest of my body, I was fatigued. I could kind of feel it, like I wasn't making good line choices. So yeah, it was definitely a challenge, and it was awesome. Like, I'm so glad I did it. I'm gonna take today off for sure, go to the gym. That's where I shower every day, but yeah, so that was yesterday's ride. So as I say, I've done quite a few 30+ mile rides. About every other day that I've been here. So I've been in Prescott almost 3 weeks. So yeah, that's about it for yesterday's ride. And after Prescott, I will probably, I'm guessing Sunday or Monday, head up to Sedona. That will be my next stop, and I plan on spending quite a while there. So I have a full face helmet with me as well. I'll probably start wearing that from now on, because I kind of ruined my open face yesterday. So okay, so month in, what have I learned about van life? Well, the first couple of weeks were, I'm not gonna lie, they were tough. Like, I kind of felt like I needed to speak to anybody that would talk to me. Like, the kind of the quiet aspect of it. I don't want to say loneliness, because I kind of had a lot to do still with riding every day and everything, but it was just like a need for human interaction. So that went on for the first couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, I haven't really needed that so much. So I kind of have a routine that I do every day. I get up around 6, I go to my favorite coffee store, and sit there and, check out social media and figure out where I'm going to ride that day, or what I'm going to do for the rest of my trip. So I spend a lot of time drinking coffee and doing that. Then I usually ride or hike. But by the afternoon and evening, like, it definitely slows down, and I don't go out. I haven't been out once since I've done this trip, other than just going to places for something to eat or coffee. So you may have seen I posted a couple of live music acts, but that's literally I've just gone there for something to eat and all of a sudden the band starts playing. So I'm in bed by 8:30, 9 every night. I watch a little bit of YouTube or Netflix on my phone and then pass out, getting really good night's sleep. The Arizona is amazing for allowing you to just park anywhere. Like I'm right in the middle of town right now, which there's a stream here obviously, but I could literally throw a rock and hit the van. So and I've been parked here for almost 3 weeks and no problems. They don't seem to care. And obviously as long as you're respectful, you're not throwing trash everywhere, which I don't. Interestingly enough, I haven't listened to music once since I've been on this trip. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but obviously I have the ability to play music when I'm in the van or when I'm riding or at the gym. Nothing. I haven't, no music at all. The only 2 times I picked up a guitar have both been on YouTube. So don't know what's going on there. Maybe I'm enjoying the sound of silence for a little bit. As far as like, is this sustainable? For me, no. I couldn't do this for life or even super long term. I'm not even sure I'll make it a year at this point, just because I think this would be an awesome thing to do with a partner, to share in these experiences, but to do alone, I think it takes a special type of human to do that and really embrace and enjoy that. I guess I'm not that special because it's not something I see doing forever. So am I glad I did it? Absolutely. I think it's been exactly what I needed at the moment. A lot of quiet time, a lot of thinking time, self-reflection, and I think that's super important. And I'm obviously very lucky to be able to have done this. Not many people get the chance to do this. Everyone tells me, oh, that would be my dream. I kind of thought the same before I did it, but I think it's just, I'm not really a solitary person. I don't, I like being in a relationship, but again, what a great opportunity. Arizona, I love Arizona. I'm really surprised. I didn't expect the type of terrain they have here. I mean, it's literally gone from low desert, obviously we're talking about hiking and biking again, low desert type stuff, cactus everywhere, rocks everywhere, to up in the mountains where it's just pine trees and patches of snow and streams, and any kind of riding you could wish for is here, or outdoor activities. Up here in Prescott we're at 6,500 feet, I think. Somehow I managed to climb 7,000 feet yesterday, so I must have gone up and down a few times, but we're a lot of elevation, so it doesn't get super hot here, whereas obviously Phoenix, it will get to 120 in the summer. So as far as year round, this would be a wonderful place to live, but I have noticed that house prices aren't any cheaper here or Phoenix than California. So I think all the California money has moved into Arizona, and there doesn't seem to be any deals, unless, I'm sure, if you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, but any of the cities, it's pretty expensive. 3 things I love about Arizona: obviously the terrain, the ability to just pull up and sleep wherever you want, the fact that nobody says bless you when you sneeze. This is wonderful. These are my kind of people. It doesn't turn into this long conversation where you sneeze, they say bless you, you have to say thank you. It goes on and on in California. Here in Arizona, I think I must have allergies, because I've been sneezing quite a bit in the mornings, at least in my coffee shop. Nobody says bless you. Thank you for that. The things I don't really care for, I would say a lot more people smoke here than California, which, you know, it's kind of nice not having to smell cigarettes. It's not terrible here, but yeah, you definitely smell it more than you do in California. Say the house prices or the prices of anything, gas prices, food prices, everything is as expensive as California. Loud exhaust, they don't have emission control here, which is great, but it means that every fucker that owns a Mustang has to have the loudest exhaust on, which normally wouldn't be a problem, I'm sure, but when you're sleeping in a van on the streets of downtown Prescott all night, it's like a freaking drag strip. So that's probably the same in any city in California too. I just don't sleep in a van in California. So but yeah, overall love Arizona, and I haven't even gone to Sedona and Flagstaff yet, so I think I'm gonna kind of like it more and more. I do have some notes here, but I think I'm pretty much through. Yeah, sorry I haven't been posting that much on YouTube, but I figure a monthly thing will be good, like a monthly update, and then on my Instagram I post on the stories pretty regularly, just kind of showing where I'm at and what I'm doing. But yeah, I have a couple more months before I have to be out at LAX to fly to Europe for a few weeks to do some shows. So yeah, I got 2 months ahead of me, God knows what. Lots of riding, I'm sure. So, all right, well, thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And yeah, if you want to keep up a little more on what I'm doing, Instagram stories is the place to go. So thanks again, and we'll catch up again soon. Cheers.